before it's too late.
We've got a pretty wide variety of tasks for the volunteers to tackle while we're out here. It's probably a bit of a challenge for them to come to grips with them all, especially in the first few days. It's a bit like information overload.
For the next few weeks, the Earthwatch volunteers will spend up to 12 hours a day following these humpbacks, helping to identify them and logging their every move. Katie McCabe, the Jenner's research assistant, explains one of the more exciting points of whale research.
Breach is when it just shoots out of the water, and you'll really notice it. Yes. Yeah, it's a huge splash. You can have a half breach or a full body breach, but it will be quite obvious.
Each time we see a whale, it's exciting. I think for me it's exciting because I think it's a 16-metre animal that's 40 tonnes, and every now and then they turn around and take a look at you. And when they look at you, you become their study object, I guess, and you're not really supposed to influence your study objects like that. But I really enjoy that. When they get curious about you, when they get curious about the boat and swim around and have a look up at you and check you out, I really enjoy that, and everyone does. That's what we call as a whale fix.
Mish says the volunteers are in for the thrill of a lifetime and a lot of hard work.
What's happening is the whales are all moving through this area, migrating up the coast, and they're heading for this area here. And that's probably the number one goal of, I guess, the migratory here is they're aiming for that calving area.
It will be 2 days before the volunteers reach the calving grounds, but they get to see their first whales long before then.
At the moment it's one adult, but we'll wait on the podcom until we get a bit closer. Did you manage to get a bearing for that?
Which direction was it?
About out here.
And while the volunteers hone their whale watching skills, Kurt and Mish spend time with Micah. There'll be little time for play once they reach the calving grounds.
Like a kangaroo. Are you a kangaroo? Must be. Well, one of the things that we're hoping to see in this area is a lot of pregnant cows. This is the time when the cows will be just starting to enter the area and begin to be looking at giving birth. So there's a remote chance that for the first time we might actually be able to witness a humpback whale giving birth. So that'll be quite exciting.
Although the exact location of the calving grounds is a secret, we can say they are close to the Buccaneer Archipelago. It's pristine, nature at its best. And because of this, it's the ideal place to study the humpback's natural behavior.
Nowhere else in the world is there a calving ground that's not closely associated with some tourist activity. If you think about Hawaii, you think about the Bahamas, anywhere else in the world that you have humpback whales that are readily accessible to study, they're also readily accessible to the tourist industry. So you can't really say that they're not impacted or biased by humans. Up here, there's literally nothing out here. And I'll get you to stand up on the other side.
While WhaleSong is anchored in the safety of a bay, the research is carried out from a small 19-foot fiberglass boat called Mega, after the humpback's Latin name. It's from this tiny craft that we get to meet the whales close up and maybe see a birth, which is something that has rarely, if ever, been witnessed. But it is known that when a pregnant cow is in labour, she generally has an escort or midwife with her. With the amount of blood in the water during birth, predators like sharks and crocodiles would soon make a meal of a newborn baby humpback. Sharks and crocodiles infest these waters. The Jenners believe the midwife's job is to break the umbilical cord, freeing the calf, then to take the afterbirth and lure any predators away from the mother and calf. This 5.5-metre shark is feeding on a bull sea lion. He could as easily be a baby whale. So when a pod of 2 humpbacks is sighted resting on the surface, expectations are high.
What you can try and do maybe is get in front of them.
But it's not a pregnant female and her midwife, it's a male and female pod. So instead of observing a whale in labour, the researchers are about to witness some playful courtship.